with this Rise.
Okay, Rise B1 for Team Secret Wales, and then R1, R2, Cassiopeia plus Kiana.
But is it actually going to be, you know, early AD carry pick here, or are they going to try and grab one of these primo engaged supports?
And Nico's still available, one of the most picked or banned here at Worlds so far. Locked in for Team Secret Wales. Not something we see Tucky on too often. It's about his fourth, tied third most picks, so has about 4 games on it so far in summer 2015. Into that, MKOI looking to see if they want to pick their support here. You could go AD carry and then ban out a couple of AD carries to get yourself a slightly better matchup down towards that bottom side. But Super was struggling in game 1, so looks like it is going to be support. There's something that combine picks like you were talking about, Rob.
Yeah, it just works very, very well with the Kiana and being able to set her up for some of these plays. And also, again, like at the moment, what you're seeing on Team Secret Wales is, hey, Zinzel wants to jump in, Nico wants to get in very, very close. So you've now got these plays with the Cassiopeia and the Rakan to try and disrupt that, which I think is a good call here from MKOI. But they weren't able to disrupt that engage from Team Secret Wales in the last one. So I have to see how they want to round out their composition on comfort to try and fight back.
And bottom lane was a huge story. I mean, it was basically the story of the whole game in the previous one. So you have to respect Eddie here. You know, Kaisa, his most played, really big one for him. And MKOI trying to whittle down since he was the carry for the team.
I still think like things like the Ezreal and that are going to be fine here, unless that is going to be the last ban here for MKOI, or even honestly something like the Caitlyn. I think you've got on MKOI something that really likes to play on short range engages, so either of those picks going to work fairly well in just being able to
Rakan now picked up.
Keep themselves safe and keep
I mean, MKOI are just going for really hard engage. They're running straight forward into Rise, so that feels a little bit bad, even though I do think that they have the advantage picks right now.
A couple of slows, Pop Blossom follow-up. You also have the option of Realm Warping that Nico onto the backline, that Rise Blossom combination we've seen a couple of times. Kasante and Zaya bound away by Team Secret Wales. Ezreal locked in for MKOI. They want that safety for their AD carry.
Yeah, I think the mobility for your carries is at a premium right now, looking at the engage that you're playing against. So taking away the Ezreal from Team Secret Wales pretty early on, but see if we do get that pushing lane on bottom side. Again, you know, a Caitlyn lane for a heavy pushing early on with the Nico is huge priority. If you compound that with a Rise, definitely opens up a lot of options for you in the mid game.
The thing I really like about Caitlyn and Kiana as well is that you basically get to dictate where Kiana can walk in around those objective fights, where Kiana is so strong. So if you can set up that zone of control with the traps, it can make it a little bit difficult for the Kiana to find access into these fights. So from Team Secret Wales perspective, you've got, as you say, great pushing lane on bot side, a strong or a decent mid lane. Cassiopeia will eventually be able to win that. And now with the Renekton, with that Kasante band away, there aren't maybe something like a Gnar here for Mirren in that top side, or is this finally
Ezreal as range is a little bit odd because you're all just going in. So when you're all going in, it makes more sense to pick the Kaisa yourself as you try to just dive in. The Ezreal,
gives you a bit of long range engage as well.
I guess they want to do Ezreal because they see Nico and then they want to have a little bit of resistance. All right, this is a very off-theme type like there's parts of MKOI's draft that are all in synergy with one another, and then there's other parts of it that just aren't. So it's very peculiar.
Plus Kiana is kind of terrifying in itself, and if you have good,
I mean, yeah, Ornn Kiana is definitely very good. Ornn Kiana is definitely very good. The problem is there's Crescent Guard. Crescent Guard's actually particularly good against several of the things that MKOI are trying to do. The Renekton is sort of whatever. That doesn't really matter all that much. Caitlyn is also
being able to dictate the pace around the map. And honestly, prevent Kiana from going from invades. It's one of the things Kiana
Kate is really good in the event that Team Secret Wales are ahead. But if Team Secret Wales are not ahead, then
get to the mid game on the mid wave thanks to this Caitlyn, finding those plays becomes more difficult
I don't know.
for the for Elyoya's Kiana.
He is very experienced on it, even if it's not something we've seen him play too much recently. 10-2 all-time on
I don't know.
Kiana.
This draft feels too
Into the
close.
league, he was
This feels like a
exclusive
55-45
jungler
type
alongside
thing.
Razzle. They were the new kids on
Feels
the
like
block
there's
who
too
really
many
liked to
options
play
that go
through that
both
early
ways.
game.
It feels like
MKOI,
both
they need
parts
some of that magic from
play
MKOI.
against each
This
other,
guy has
like
been with the team
in
for so many
meaningful
years,
ways.
5 worlds
I
in
don't
a
know.
row, has gone through trials and tribulations, rebuilt the team in 2024 around him, added JoJo in this year. For MKOI, you're looking at a long road back into Worlds. For Team Secret Wales, you're looking at